Hey guys, what's going on? My name is MadLobster17 and welcome to episode 2 of the ZombSquad podcast. I'm joined today by Mr. Moist Waffles, my co-host. How you doing, Waffles?
I'm doing alright, and woke up not too long ago, and I feel somewhat tired, but somewhat awake.
Okay, well that's good. That's very good. And I'm sure if for whoever watched the last podcast, I have a voice now. I can speak normally to some extent. So I won't be struggling towards the end of the podcast and saying I need to take a break. I'm just going to be loud speaking normally, which is good. It's what I want. So today's topics, I've got quite a nice mixture going on here. First off, it's talking, kind of reflecting on the last podcast where we're talking about World War II Zombies DLC 3 and where Sledgehammer could take it now, because like the torture path has not been a fan amongst many people, and it's a question of where could Sledgehammer take the next DLC? Where can you see it going, Waffles?
I really don't see it going far, really. It's gonna be one of those maps that are swept under the rug and just completely forgotten about.
That's interesting. And yeah, I can definitely see that. Like with because even though the torture path, a lot of people don't like it. I know there are some people that do like it, and I think it begs the question: will DLC 4 be pretty much kind of the same situation where it's going to be a half and half scenario, or is it going to be more people are going to dislike it, and more people are going to like it? Because in theory, I can see more people kind of disliking it to an extent where they don't know where they can see the story going. Like, as far as we know, Straub is dead. We've got the sword, and it's where can they take it from here?
Exactly.
Like, it could be anywhere.
I feel like what they did was that they ended off the story way too early, and now they have to just pull something out of their ass.
Hmm. It's a question of what though. Like, because it's the setting as well. Like, we've had some pretty random settings during the course of this whole DLC season, and DLC
Like,
4.
yeah, they might have been random, but I really liked what they did with the Shadow Throne and the Darkest Shore.
Well, in terms of setting.
Yes.
Okay, what did you like most about those two particular maps in terms of the setting?
Well, of course, both those maps have a lot of history and like mythology around it and stuff like that. And but with the Darkest Shore, with that being like that island was like a normal town and stuff, but under it it was like a military base basically for the Germans. And then you had and it was basically all based around what actually really happened with the map. So I thought that was really cool with that.
Oh, okay,
But
interesting.
with the Shadow Throne, I think the reason why I liked it so much is because of Gorod, with being like in a city and like oh like infested with zombies and stuff. That's
Yes,
probably why for that.
yeah, you do get massive Gorod vibes from that map, and I think it's because of where it's based and how it's laid out. You get a sense of very big similarities between the two maps.
Oh, I like for example the church area. I felt like I was in Dragon Command when I was like around that area.
Yeah, it's me the dragon, uh, kind of Dragon Command area. To me, that would come off as the cinema.
Yeah.
That's it could be wrong. So yeah, I mean with DLC 4, we like all we can really do is take it by here and like whatever the next tease is gonna be, whatever the trailer's gonna look like. You're gonna get people who are gonna like it, and
I
you're
heard
gonna
a lot of people were disappointed with the reveal trailer because it didn't show any zombies, and then Cameron Dane tweeted out saying like, "Oh, they're gonna have their own trailer for once."
yeah, and
And
I know a
and
lot of
even
people.
and even with their own trailer, they didn't really show a whole lot. It really wasn't built up like for hype.
Well, I know.
Honestly, it was mostly a missed opportunity.
Yeah, but in a way, I kind of respect the fact that they showed zombies in its own separate trailer, because it's always zombies has always been part of like the DLC's overall trailers. And I think it's been nice that we've been getting that separate trailer purely focused on zombies, because you look at how big the community is. They're gonna be people that are gonna want that. I mean, sure, yeah, they could have executed it a bit differently and a bit better, but that could be a stepping point.
How I saw it was that all they did was they took like they took a 3 second clip just to like show off like a little glimpse of the area, like with a zombie in it. And then they took the time with like the characters in the map to like just showing them killing zombies and walking around.
Yeah,
That's literally it.
yeah, I know it doesn't give off a lot. And you think by now that Sledgehammer might have learned that sort of impact that it has on the community. But
I still have the argument that the maps feel too similar. I still have that argument.
yeah, but then again, you did say that you felt the only difference you felt was with the Darkest Shore,
Yes.
and then that just feels like another Zedzabo to me. It's like
Makes sense.
it's like the Final Reich just feels a more extended version of Nacht. Grossenhaus is practically like town but smaller. Then you have the Darkest Shore for Zetsabo, the Shadowed Throne Garrod, the Tortured Path. I would probably say is a bit of a transit vibe, because you're going to different areas.
Yeah.
And then those individual areas being split up into survival maps. But that's where I'm getting kind of the transit vibes from.
Mm-hmm.
All we can do is really see this. But anyways, now this is the juicy stuff. As many of you
Some
have
actual
already...
good questions.
Yes. Oh, some not just good questions, some juicy questions. So obviously, I'm sure many people have seen LJ456 got an interesting package from Treyarch, and it was revealed to be the Norse god statue that was shown in the Voyage of Despair trailer. Well, what did you think about that when you first saw the statue?
I saw that statue. I'm like, it's been a while since Treyarch's done something where they've like said anything about Black Ops 4, and for them to do it like this and be somewhat pretty big, it's pretty interesting, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't sent out any other figurines to my knowledge. Is that right?
And yeah, not to my knowledge either.
So this is the first time they've ever sent like a proper statue figurine from a map that we haven't even played yet to obviously one of the bigger zombie YouTubers.
And it's probably gonna be something most likely for the Easter egg as well inside the map, and for him to like send out a statue to Noah J for that, it's pretty cool, honestly.
Then you have people also theorizing that this could be the perk vapors that we've been told about. This could be the machine that dispenses the vapors to allow us to get the abilities of Juggernog, Speedcaller, Stamina Up, and all those sorts of ones. And what's interesting is the differences that Noah made from the statue that he received to the statue in the Voyage trailer, and in particularly looking at the bottom section, the circle. It's open in the Voyage trailer, but then it's closed off with 2 triangles on the actual statue that he received. Now, I'm going to pose a theory that that whatever the vape is, probably going to be some smoke of some kind, that's going to come out of the bottom. So like say we have to stand in front of it, we have to maybe put our hands on 2 parts of it, and then the smoke comes out, and that smoke is the vape for the perks. You choose which one you want.
I just saw there's no animation with it that just keeps you next to it. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's kind of like what World War II Zombies did, but you have to place your hand on the fucking machines, and It's like,
Yeah,
and
but like I wanted it to be like I like the animation for like oh you're able to like grab the bottle, drink it and whatnot. But like I don't want you to be stuck next to the machine.
yes,
And then you get swarmed by zombies and you die because you're trying to buy a perk that will help you survive.
yeah, no, it's that. No, I completely agree. That's one thing that I don't want as well. It's I've died many times from perk machines from World War II, and it's because of the goddamn animation. But
I was
it's
also gonna say that like I don't think that's gonna be the perk machines for this game.
you don't think?
That's just my opinion.
What do you think it's gonna
No,
be
it
then?
just look how it is in Verge of Despair. It's way too big for a perk machine, in my opinion. Like yeah, they could do it, but like it'll have to be like smaller versions. Well, like, what I think it'll like I think they're gonna somewhat keep the same style for the perk machines, how they did with like Black Ops 3, BO2, and whatnot. And it's gonna be like different different style, but like with like you could see like a little pipe where like the vapor is in it.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay.
That's just what I think, but we'll have to see in the when the game releases.
Well, that's understandable. Like it's. I mean, as Jason has said, we can choose where the perk vapors go in the maps. But I'm guessing for custom
Yeah,
games, we can choose where we put them. So it would make sense for there to be individual, multiple ones throughout each match, rather than just one big one. So then that could lead to the question: this could either be a massive part of the Voyage Easter egg, or this could be the new
that's what I
weapon,
think.
or this could be the new weapon upgrade machine.
That's a good idea, honestly.
Because then you've got the question of how you're going to unlock it. And I would be very interested to see if it is in fact the new Pack-a-Punch, because it's like, in theory, if it was to be the Pack-a-Punch, you're only going to be using the bottom part of the whole statue. The pretty much 3/4 of the whole thing is just going to be for display, and it's like, really, would they really go with that sort of mechanic on this? Because if
Well,
you
unless it's like it does like something flashy or like I don't know,
so like all
does
the
like something cool.
like the lights, the eyes on the walls and the statue itself all light up.
Yeah, maybe like it shakes or something.
Yeah, could do. I'd be interested to see if that is the case, because very
I still I'm still leaning towards that it's part of the Easter egg
yeah, that makes it would definitely make
because
more
they didn't
sense.
really show it off too much in the trailer. Like you got like a little glimpse of it like in the trailer and boom, that's it. Like I think that's what they would do like with regular Easter egg steps anyways.
Yeah, I mean if it is part of the Easter egg, it would kind of make sense for it to be stuck to that one map. However, if it's new Pack-a-Punch, you'd have to transverse that from Voyage to 9, and then
To
obviously
Blood of the
Blood,
Dead
then
and to
and
Classified.
Yeah, exactly. And it wouldn't make that, unless they decide to keep this one with 9 and Voyage, and then we get our old Pack-a-Punch machine back for Classified and 9. Sorry, Classified and Blood. That would make more sense, but I'm still skeptical.
Yeah.
Not much is known about this statue anyway. All we know is that it's definitely got some big part of Voyage, but the part is still unknown at the moment. And obviously they've got that new that cipher at the very base of the statue that Noah got. So I'm guessing there's going to be YouTubers out there that's going to start like trying to crack that before the game launches, and that might give us a hint of what we can kind of expect with these maps. Because if you think about it, very little is known about 9 and Voyage. So could that cipher be a little more of a hint as to what we can expect within the two maps, or not even the two maps, maybe just one of the maps?
Or it could be like a cipher, like that would be like for like character development, like how they did like at the end of Revelations.
Also, kind of gives off a little bit of information about the characters.
Well, like what I mean is that like like they're crying for help, like a like maybe they like sneak under the rug like a multiverse thing. It's very unlikely because since
Ah,
it's like a new story and whatnot, but like they could like we have the Ether story and then we have this story, which it could also have multiple universes as well. So
yeah, yeah, good do. But then basically they'd be following kind of the same formula as the old storyline because that was like multiple universes. You had the fractures, Dimension 63.
well, they could like well, what they could do is that they could still keep the idea of the multiverse, but they could like maybe have it up to like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
just
say.
like and it could be just like really simple.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want it to go like infinites kind of going on like that. That just gets a bit too much.
Yeah, like how it did with BO3.
Yeah,
When we learned that there's
it's
infinite universes
ridiculous.
with because of the Shadows of Evil cipher, or just like the paper scraps. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, because technically they because don't they go to different universes within each map?
yes,
Yeah,
they like they've been to the map multiple times, and they just have to kill the right one. That's all they had to do.
yeah. I'm interested. I'm very interested with this thing. So anyway, moving on to the next one. Obviously we've had information about the whole the betas that are going to be coming out for Black Ops 4, which has now been confirmed
Yep,
that we're getting a multiplayer beta plus a blackout
a
beta.
blackout beta,
Now that is
which
very,
I thought
very
was very
that's
interesting.
very, very interesting because this will be, I'm guessing, if my knowledge is right, this will be the very first time that we've got two different types of betas for a Call of Duty game.
Correct. And granted, we haven't had many betas with Call of Duty. The first ever one was World at War, and then they started to do it again with BO3.
Yeah, and it's like that's a massive gap, and now we're getting two betas.
Yeah,
And what's interesting is that technically they're kind of giving us, because obviously Blackout is meant to be the replacement for the campaign, and so technically we're getting a campaign beta, so to some extent, because we're
yes,
and but I'm kind of glad that they're doing it this way because we know very little about Blackout. We know more about zombies and
very
multiplayer
little.
combined than what we do
The
about
the only
Blackout.
thing we know about Blackout is from what they showed in the trailer, and then what we're doing there is just we're trying to compare like the little locations on like the actual map that we're gonna be playing on of what the areas are. So far, it's rumored that Raid, Bus Depot from Transit, and I believe Takeoff from BO2 is rumored to be on the Blackout map.
Okay, and I think Nuketown was as well as what's that? Oh, I forget the name of it. What I used to call the land of the snipers in BO2 Turbine. That's it. I think that's been rumored to be in there as well.
Oh yeah, Turbine. Because like there was like a big thing where it showed like something similar to like a long pipe of some sort.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
So
I mean, my question is though, with this Blackout beta, are we gonna only get a small section, or is it gonna be the whole thing? Because I can't see them just giving.
I don't know.
I can't see them just giving us the whole Blackout map
Well,
as part of the
I
beta.
can't see them just giving us like a small section. That wouldn't make any sense.
Well, not so much a small section, maybe just like half of it, because you're
Well,
essentially.
even then, that doesn't make much sense.
But then, but what you're saying is that you you're saying it doesn't make sense, but then again, Treyarch wouldn't want to reveal everything about Blackout before it comes out. They'd want to keep some stuff like under wraps.
Exactly, but the only way that I can see them doing that is like they keep stuff under the wraps, not revealing any skins, to just like have like like the default, just like to have the default like operate like the fucking heroes in the games or whatever it's called, specialists.
Yeah. Possible.
That's the only
But
way I can see
that's a
them
little
doing
thing
that.
though. That's a little thing compared to the whole map. They're essentially just going to be keeping characters and skins a secret and giving us the whole Blackout map as part of the beta.
I don't know. Like there's a lot to be said with Blackout, and I'm not. It's just
Well,
I don't
Blackout.
know.
Well, I mean, Blackout is very much a guessing game at the moment because we know very little about it.
Yeah, it really is because we haven't really got much stuff since the community reveal event.
I kind of like that though. That to me comes off, and I think Tarkov said this themselves. That Blackout has been a quite a large project, and so
Yes.
that would kind of make sense to me. But I mean, I could
I
be
don't know.
wrong about
We'll have
all
to
of this.
see.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see when the beta does come out. Obviously, you know, PlayStation's getting the exclusive uh betas first, and then they're getting it at the same time as
Yeah.
what we are. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. But I don't think there's that much of a gap.
And
Though,
we won't be able to
between...
play as much either.
Yeah,
Because
it's...
PS4 gets their own, and then we play with PS4 on their second one, and then PC gets their own.
Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, we're still getting the same stuff though.
Yeah.
Because now multiplayer it's been confirmed for the beta that multiplayer is getting 4 maps that we've already, well, not we, but people who went to the reveal event and they got their hands on the multiplayer maps, that there's going to be 4 that we already know about, but 2 we absolutely know nothing about, and that's interesting. Like, that's interesting that they're
I've also
going...
heard that a good amount of BO2 maps are coming back in BO4. So that'll be interesting.
Plus, also
Like,
you're
I
getting
believe,
the Back in Black maps as well.
yeah,
There's gonna be, hopefully there's
in
gonna
which
be
I'm
more.
still salty that Xbox doesn't get that map pack. So.
I know that's it's
Yeah.
complete bullshit. Like, I mean, so the whole exclusive thing, this extra map pack, everyone should get it.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of who has exclusive deals or not, we should get it. But Activision,
We should at
can't
least
see
get it
that.
a month later.
Yeah, it makes...
It's just BS.
But it's interesting that... I mean, am I right in saying that that you could only get it if you pre-ordered the digital version of Black Ops 4?
Yes.
So technically, not all PlayStation players are gonna get it if they didn't.
Technically, yes.
But then again, that still doesn't uphold to the fact that we should, even if it is a month later, we should still get the maps as well as PC.
Yeah.
Activision is always going to be that company where, like, exclusive deals. The thing that really ticks me
Exclusive
off.
deals will always be their thing.
The thing that really ticks me off about this exclusive deal, though, is the fact that PlayStation have had so much the moment they signed on to
They've had their best run with exclusivity with COD.
They have.
Like they've had their best run.
They've had whole games, they've had campaigns, they've obviously had DLCs, and now they're getting maps for themselves. What have we had? We had DLCs. That's it. And I can't
We've
really...
done the same exact thing as PS4 has had. That would be on the base game.
You think about that, because they had PlayStation got Modern Warfare remastered first.
Yeah, they got it 30 days early, but that was only the campaign. And for some reason, there was a glitch with the game where you're able to play multiplayer early.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
And keep your stats as well.
It doesn't matter if it was just a campaign or if it was the whole game. They still got it first, and we never got anything like that.
Yeah.
That's just that bugs me about this whole exclusive deal, but it's a question of like, what can you do at this point?
Yeah, but the argument will come up for like of course for PS4 players would say this is that, oh, Xbox has had the exclusivity for 14 years. Well, the thing is, we haven't really got anything that's like up to standards of how crazy they've been doing with COD since they've gotten the exclusivity with Black Ops 3.
Yeah, I mean, we might have had it longer, but you guys are getting more out of it.
The last exclusive game we had was Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right about that. And
that's gonna be a yikes.
Well, that's a game I'd rather not talk about. That's
Yep.
a game I'm burying in the back of my memory as hard as I can.
It's just try to forget that.
But I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, exclusives are exclusives, but I still think it's a little bit unfair the fact that they're getting back in black maps and we're not.
Yep.
But anywho, what can you do? So anyway, moving on from that, I want to talk about this is kind of because obviously we've got the Comic-Con panel next week, which I'm very, very excited for. I'm interested to see what Jason is going to reveal for us. But I would like to know, Waffles, what are your predictions for the Comic-Con panel? What information do you think we're going to get?
I feel like of course they're gonna be talking about MP and then Blackout, and then they're gonna do something like they're gonna just like
No. This is
they're gonna show off.
It's only zombies.
Oh wait. Oh okay. I forgot about that, but I think what they're gonna do is that like they're gonna have like set up like zombie themed and whatnot, and then they're gonna talk about it for a while. Like they're gonna go more in depth into mutations and stuff like that, and then they're gonna be talking about then they're gonna talk about like in the individual maps, and then they're gonna talk about classified. But they'll probably like touch like very little onto that.
Okay, interesting. So you think we're going to get more about the other maps than we are about classified?
Yes, but what I do think is that they won't show any gameplay. They're just only gonna talk about it.
Oh, really? You think we're not going to get any gameplay?
Not at all.
Why do you think that? Because this is technically their last talking panel before the game launches.
The way that how I see it is that like these maps, they've gotten so much hype for how crazy it is, and I feel like they want to like, of course they want to build up more hype so they can get like more like money and whatnot from that. But like how I see it is that like they want to make sure that people get a fair chance to like see the game like fairly for everybody.
Okay, but they are streaming this.
Well, of course, there's some people at work that like play COD and whatnot, and they won't be able to like get it and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I can see. I'm gonna go completely opposite on your whole gameplay thing because I think that, but I say but. I
They
think
might show screenshots. I feel like they could show screenshots. That's probably about it, but not like actual like full blown gameplay.
Okay. But I think we're gonna get gameplay for like. There's one map in particular that I want I want a proper trailer for because we haven't had one yet. We've only had a sneak peek, and that's Blood. And I think a trailer for Blood is going to give us that little bit. I mean, obviously, if the trailer doesn't reveal much, that's good. It's still keeping us in the dark to a certain extent, but we are still getting a bit more information about what we can expect from the map. As far as we know, all we know about Blood is that it's a complete remake. Like there's going to be areas we haven't been able to access before, and we're playing as the premise crew.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all we know about Blood.
What I feel like with Blood is that I feel like they're gonna have like the entire island open.
Really, you think we're going to go the whole island?
Yeah, because like Blundell said before, they had the entire island done, but they couldn't finish it because due to time, of course.
Ah, that's different from what I heard. I heard it was to do with the processing power for the 360 and the PS3.
Well, that too, of course, but they really wanted to do the whole island.
Mate, if it's the whole island, that's going to be a lot more to explore.
Yes, and I'm gonna take a little bit from what Johnny J said from his video.
Yeah.
Is they're gonna have like the areas that we've already had before blocked off. So like for example, CD Street, that's where the blue skulls in. It's also by it's by spawn. It's gonna instead of that being there, it's gonna be like the opposite, and we'll spawn on like the other side of the spawn room. You know what I mean?
When you say the other side of the spawn room, what do you mean?
Like okay, so like the door by the door by F14.
Yes.
I feel like that's where we're gonna spawn on the other side of that door.
You mean the door that we can't open?
Yes.
Ah, I get ya. Okay, so you think we're going to get a completely different spawn room with areas that we have already played in before, but we're not going to be able to access?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Alright, that's interesting. That'll be an interesting play, because obviously this is going to be a remake, and so it's not going to be the mob that we know.
Of course.
Saying that, it's still going to have the same feel, even though there's going to be more areas to explore. The layout's going to be completely changed. I mean, like, what I'm intrigued is, you look at the cafeteria, like the area just before the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
You look at how that is in Mob of the Dead, and then you look at how that is in Revelations. Yeah. It's different. So could they be pulling?
Very different.
Could they be pulling that segment from Revelations and placing that into Blood of the Dead?
Very possible.
Or they could go completely the opposite way and go with a complete new layout of that whole particular area. Because I mean, also going off of Johnny J's video, he's talking about us accessing the in the actual cell block itself, accessing the different levels of where the
and we're able to go
cells.
Third story.
Yeah, and if we do that, imagine. I mean, that's gonna be a tight fighting path. Imagine you walking across there.
Yeah.
During the mid round.
And even then, we've already had like a little glimpse of that kind of gameplay with going from Electric Cherry all the way to an infirmary from that way.
Yep.
Which it's a pretty tight, and from us playing it multiple times before, we've had near death experiences.
Yeah, so we take that. So you take that bit, and you look at how that is on the other levels. You're gonna get kind of the same experience, and it's gonna be a little bit repetitive, but you're gonna be in a new area, so it is gonna be different.
Yep.
Yeah, Blood is the map that's going to intrigue me the most, but there also I am very intrigued about Classified. Like,
oh, and also Lobster, I did a poll on Twitter saying which map should I play on when BO4 comes out, and of course people said Blood of the Dead, so that's gonna be the map that I'm gonna be playing first.
Okay, yeah, because I actually wanted to hit you up on that. I was gonna say, if we can get Krabby in, but if not. Do you fancy doing the first playthrough together?
Yeah.
For Blood, because Blood is gonna be the map I'm gonna want to play first. But then after that, I'm gonna want to play Voyage without a doubt. Voyage is the map that I'm most excited for.
It looks so good.
You just get massive. You just get a lot of Shadows vibes from it. I think to do with you
definitely
hear the music, and you look at the way the people are dressed. I love that. Shadows is my favorite map of all time, and the fact that I get vibes from the first few seconds of the Voyage trailer, it gets me so pumped. So damn pumped. But I want to talk about Classified for a moment. Um, like, do we know if Classified is a remaster of 5 or a remake of 5?
I feel like it's gonna be a remake since we have the
Ultimus Crew?
Ultimus crew in it.
You're not part of the Radoston27 Discord chat, are you?
I'm part of it, but I hardly go in it. I only go in it just to steal memes.
Okay, fair enough.
Same with the Treyarch one.
I can't remember who it was, but there was one person in his sorry, no, I lie. It wasn't in his chat. It was in his video talking about Classified. It was in the comments, and he made a very interesting point that could tie in with the very first Ascension First Strike poster. Could Richtofen be being kicked out, doing his own little thing, and could we be playing as Gersh?
That's really interesting. I like that.
Like, cause it's possible. The way where Classified is taking place, it would kind of make sense for us to be playing as Gersh, and I can see Treyarch pulling that sort of thing. I could really see them.
That really does make sense.
And plus, that would be the first time we would have played as a character which we've only heard.
Only heard.
Only heard in radios. I mean, I'm not gonna count the freaking that sparkling ball in Gorod. I'm not gonna count that because that's technically that is Gersh. That's not him in human form. So we could be playing as a brand technically a new character, but at the same time, a character that we haven't heard of. We haven't seen in person, apart from the poster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like that. That'd be a nice change up.
Definitely.
But then again, I won't be disappointed if we are playing as Richtofen, because then again, that does still make sense. As he is part of as he is part of the Ultimus crew. Which that's just a big blast in itself. The fact that we're going to be playing on 5 as the Ultimus crew.
Yeah, that was huge.
And then that begs the question to myself: is it going to be taking place in a different dimension to what 5 is?
I'm still trying to figure out how could they tie this into the Ether story with that.
Well, it's meant to be what with Classified.
Yeah.
Technically, Classified is still part of the Ether story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to think where could they tie this into?
Oh, I see what you mean. Like where could
because we've never had any information of them going to 5.
No,
I'm not sure.
Haven't. Got to get out of the timeline again. I'm sure they haven't been to 5. Because obviously 5.
Alright, let's pull up the timeline here.
Obviously 5 and Ascension are running parallel with each other because of the phones.
Yes.
But what's interesting is the phones in the remastered Ascension.
For BO3 it's the same as Call the Dead, am I right?
As far as I'm aware, yes. And so when we get to Classified, those phones are probably going to be different. If this is in fact a remake, those phones are going to be different. and what part of the story could they possibly tie into? Like, could this be possibly? Could this be potentially running parallel with the 5 in BO1?
That's what I was thinking originally.
Just in a different dimension, and could the phones be the link between the two? So on the phone we hear obviously McNamara, Kennedy, Castro, and Nixon.
That would, yeah, that's what I was thinking at first. That's a really cool idea if they do that.
If that is what they do, then bravo. That's a bravo way of
That'd be
linking them up.
really cool.
Because it's something that's that bit more discreet, but it's still there. It's something we still know about because we are aware of the phones.
Yes.
There's so many ways they could change it up. And if this is a remake,
Definitely.
this is just gonna blow us. This is gonna blow us away. Like, could this be the 5 map that we've been wanting for so long, where the areas are more open, we get more access to more rooms, and also, what could the wonder weapon be?
Good question.
Could it be Thundergun? Could it be Wonder Wolf? Or could we be getting the Winter's Howlback?
There's a lot to be said because in 5 they have the thunder gun, the ray gun, and they have like something that looks like the ray gun, but it's not the ray gun. They're probably with that ray gun. It's probably like they're still trying to reverse engineer the reverse engineer it into the winter tile. So that's probably what it is.
Yeah, so maybe
the hint of what the weapon could be is in the map. Which the only thunder weapon that could be in it is the thunder gun. But to my knowledge, from how much I played 5, I don't think the Wonder Waffle is there.
okay. So say, for instance, if it is the Thundergun, could we part of it where you have to collect parts for it to build it, get it fully functioning, and then you use it rather than just picking it up off the table? Because that would make sense, because that Thundergun is a prototype, and so it would make sense for us to get like maybe do mini challenges to collect the parts to construct the Thundergun as a whole gun, and then that's our wonder weapon. That's what we use.
That would be an interesting idea.
It kind of makes sense as well, considering the Thundergun is in the map and we just can't use it, and so this would finally give us the sense of, oh, we're finally going to get to use this gun on this map, which is tight cornered, and with the Thundergun, it's going to be easier to train.
Yeah. Also, there was something I wanted to say, and Lex has been saying for a while. He was talking about how JC made a video called the Pack-a-Punch Effect, and he briefly talked about it in one of his videos, and he was saying he wants Black Ops 4 to have the Pack-a-Punch in the game to basically have its punch, basically, when you Pack-a-Punch it.
What do you mean, like double pack-a-punching?
Like how... No, not like double Pack-a-Punching, like how in BO1, where like all the guns sucked, alright? Let's admit it now, alright? All the guns sucked.
Oh,
but
it did. That's without question.
Yeah, if you Pack-a-Punched them, it gave you that punch. So, I really want Pack-a-Punch to actually have its, like, pizzazz again.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yes.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. That would be good. That would be good. And because, I mean, yeah, all of the guns in BO1 were shit. When you Pack-a-Punch them,
Yes.
they did. it did make
They
them
did fuck all.
better. Like
Yeah, the pack-a-punch did make them better.
like BO2 didn't make that much of a difference with some guns, and BO3, the guns were good anyway. And like
And then with double pack-a-punch, it just made them overpowered.
yeah, exactly. And so yeah, this would kind of But then again, if they take out double pack-a-punch, are we going to be going back to the strategy of wonder weapons? Are wonder weapons going to be our thing
what I want
to get
is
to
that,
high
like,
rounds?
I want the pack-a-punch to be like how it was in BO2, where you got an attachment when you pack-a-punched it.
And each time you pack-a-punched it, you got a different attachment.
Correct.
But then again, that would cancel out the weapon customizations.
Well, that...
If you're doing that via pack-a-punch, that's cancelling out the weapon customizations.
Right now, we really don't have any confirmation of weapon kits coming back, so for now, I'll say, yeah, I want the B pack-a-punch, but until weapon kits are like confirmed or whatnot, then I'll say I just want the BO1 pack-a-punch.
Yeah. It would be good to have that kind of pack-a-punch back. Because we don't have any well, actually, or I lie, we know, we believe that the gold gum type system is coming back for BO4, just in a different form. And so
Yes.
is that gonna include the gumballs of war power and crate power again, or are Treyarch gonna play it smart and take those out, where we have to use the pack-a-punch? And so
I think they're gonna make us use the pack-a-punch.
So by using the pack-a-punch, you have to get the attachment that works best for you, because then you know you're gonna survive for a longer time, because you're gonna find the setup that's gonna work for you.
Yeah.
Like with BO3, you pretty much stick like certain gobble gummers on, and you can survive no matter what weapon you use, whether it was a shit weapon, whether it was a medium weapon, whether it was a good weapon. By taking crate power.
Yeah, and for example, right now I'm currently playing DE, and I'm just fucking around doing the Easter egg. And what I usually do is that I usually get wall power, and I pick up the KRM because that's the best shotgun in the map to use against the Panzer.
Oh, absolutely. That's without question.
Without a doubt, definitely.
A KRM is what I always run during the boss fight with head trauma, because it is the most effective combo.
Definitely.
And so what if they start to change that up, saying we're not giving you head trauma anymore, we're taking that out of the game? That's completely changing up your strategy.
Definitely.
And there's so much potential for what we got coming for BO4 Zombies, and it's good that
it really is.
We still don't know much about this, because keeping us in the dark, it's making me... this is going to sound weird for some people, but then again, other people are going to understand where I'm coming from with this. Keeping me in the dark, keeping fans in the dark about certain statistics...
keeps you interested in making you want to know more.
No. It gets me more excited for playing the map. Because I don't know what to expect.
Me neither.
Like, you take the 9 trailer, for instance. That freaking future Predator looking thing that came out of the guy. We don't know if that's going to be a mini boss, a big boss,
or the actual boss,
or the boss fight in the Easter egg. Like, could be.
There's so much potential.
Could be.
Ooh, I just got a really good idea for 9.
Spill.
Okay, so you know how in the trailer where they started out like around that big bowl thing, and then they were like inhaling the vapor?
Yes.
Maybe that part is the map, we have to do the Easter egg to get to the gladiator arena. And that's the boss fight.
So you're saying that whole arena is going to be the boss fight?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that'll be a really cool idea.
And so the part before the boss fight, we have to do all these challenges to get to the vapes, to inhale it. That then takes us to the arena where we do the boss fight.
Yeah, and like it could be like something with DE. Like with DE, that's like the castle's the entire map and including rocket launch. And then you do something to get to the boss fight arena. In which for this instance in 9 it could be inhaling the vapors.
Or a couple of times during the Easter egg, we flick to a portion of the arena, but we can't access the actual arena itself until we get to the boss fight. So say like we end up in a certain dungeon part of it, we have to do a part there, we then come back to the cave, do all our shit here, then possibly pop there once more to come back to the cave again, and then the gate finally opens, we get to the vapes, inhale it, boom, boss fight, Easter egg done.
I like that.
That could work really well. Really well.
That's a really good idea.
It's just, again, it gets me more excited because we just don't know a lot about it. I'm very, very excited for BO4 Zombies. Like, I've already booked that day off work. That Friday it gets released. I've already booked the day off work because I'm going to be playing the whole weekend of playing BO4 Zombies. I'm going to be doing recordings, just everything. I cannot wait.
Basically, what's a sleeping schedule?
My sleeping schedule is going to be fucked, but I could not give two shits because I've been looking forward to this game since it was first
for 3
revealed,
years.
Since Black Ops 3 ended.
Yep.
That's how much I've been looking forward to this game. And as soon as I saw the trailers, I thought, yeah, this is going to be a good fucking year for zombies.
And by the way, may I mention, I'm on DE right now, and I think this is gonna be the lowest round I'll ever do the Easter egg on.
What round are you on?
I'm on round 9. I'm about to do the fucking keeper shit.
Wow, respect to that.
Respect.
I have one more question before we end off the podcast here. What do you want most out of Black Ops 4 Zombies?
Ooh, that's... I have multiple things.
Okay, let's hear.
I want the sliding to be the same as BO3 because that was a learning curve for a lot of players, so I would like to keep that.
Okay.
I want all the 9 perks from BO3, including new ones that they'll provide in BO4, and I want old guns and new guns in the game.
So classic weapons and new weapons.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Basically, I want weapons from all the Black Ops games, like how they did with BO3, where they brought back the M1911, the PPSH, the FAMAS, and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, and in terms of each individual map, what would you want most out of each individual map? What would you like?
I want the map to have a mix of definitely Easter egg based and survival based.
And so you want them to properly
I want them to have a healthy mixture between them. Yeah, so basically I want them, like, for example, I'm gonna keep saying DE, which is a really good example where the map is not based around the Easter egg. Because you can easily go to high around this map because of how many camping spots there are. For example, with Rocket Test, that's the best place to keep with the Stormbow to go for high rounds. So the DE is a really good example for Easter egg and survival based.
So you want a nice difference between survival and Easter egg.
Yes, I want to go into a map where I don't need to think about the Easter egg.
That's a good answer.
I don't want to. I don't want to think about the Easter egg to do high rounds, which I'm trying to think of a map that's like you have to go through a lot into the Easter egg to have a good high round run.
So basically, what you're saying is that you want. So when you load into the map, you want to be able to say, "Oh, I want to do just a high round run," or "I want to do a challenge," or "I want to do the Easter egg." You don't want to load into a map,
Yes.
complete all this shit, and say, "Well, I might as well do the Easter egg now."
Yes.
That's good. That's really, really good.
Actually, I will say I feel like Mob was bad about that because you have to do a lot with the Easter egg to have a good high run. Like, for example, the Golden Spork, the Hell's Redeemer, and the Blundergat.
Okay. The only thing with mob is though, you're essentially you can easily not do the Easter egg and just have a casual game.
Yeah, but basically, once you're done like getting set up for high rounds, you basically already have done 3/4 of the Easter egg. You might as well complete it.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. So you'd like that difference.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I like that answer. That's really made me rethink it. And do you want that for all of the maps or just some of the maps?
Definitely, I want at least one or two maps to be heavily Easter egg based, but there's still like a good amount in there for survival, of course.
Okay. With those two maps, I would probably say in terms of heavy Easter, I can see 9 and Blood of the Dead.
Yeah.
I think Voyage and Classified are going to have really just survival casual gameplay elements, and 9 and
Hmm.
Blood of the Dead are going to like you can still have those casual elements in there, but the entirety of you playing that map is basically you wanting to do these.
Yes.
I like that. I really like that. Now I'm even more excited for the panel next week.
Hmm.
I'm really excited to see because it's pretty much confirmed that we're getting another history of zombies, unseen footage, and special announcements. That's all for the Comic Con panel next week. I believe it's the 19th. We're getting that.
I think so.
And do you? Because I think this is something that everyone has been wondering about. Are we gonna get? Are we gonna finally see what the zombie special edition of Black Ops 4 is gonna be?
Yes.
And but
What I think they're gonna do with that is that at the end of it, of the panel, what I think they're gonna do is like they're just gonna bring out the item with it, like with the zombies edition. I think they're just gonna bring out the item for everybody to see.
honestly, that item alone is gonna be my my choice making. Excuse me, of whether I get the Black Ops Digital Deluxe edition, just like that edition, or I get the special edition, the Zombie Special Edition. If the item is going to be shit, I'm not going to bother. If it's going to be really good, then I'm going to invest all that money into it.
What I think they could do is that they could do something with Pack-a-Punch. I feel like that'd be a really cool idea.
Pack-a-Punch oven. What are the?
We've memed the fuck out of that so hard.
Yeah, it's a good meme though. It's a good laugh.
It's a good one.
Freaking, there's been loads of speculations going around of whether it's going to be like some sort of household appliance or whether it's going to be something like I'm pretty sure one person at one point said a speed cola toaster.
I honestly would not be surprised.
Anyway, very excited for the panel. Very excited to see what the information we're going to get in terms of maps, in terms of the special edition zombie special edition of Black Ops 4, and just any other general
They've
info.
revealed so many additions for Black Ops 4. It's honestly insane.
It's mad. It's mad how many additions are coming out for this game.
It's absolutely nuts.
There's gonna be like, and now we're getting the potential of possibly the last edition they're gonna reveal for it, the zombie special edition.
Yep.
Which I can like, they've got to do a zombie special edition. It just
They have to.
Purely because of how much zombies content we're getting on day one. We're getting 4 fucking maps. That's the most we've ever had.
Yes, on day one. That's absolutely insane.
And if you choose not to purchase the Black Ops Pass, you're still getting 3 maps.
You're still getting 3 maps on launch and loads of content to come with it.
It's insane.
So honestly, I don't see the problem here. Honestly, I don't see the problem.
There's no problem. People just like to make up excuses and say, oh well, there's this and that, and it's like, well,
yeah, it's the dumbest excuse I've ever.
It's the dumbest excuse ever. Okay, well, that's going to wrap up this podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I personally did. I'm really happy to finally be speaking normally again. And I want to thank you very much again, Waffles, for joining me on this podcast. Again, guys, this was Waffles' idea, so be sure to follow him on Twitter and go and check out his channel as well. And be sure to leave a like.
Even though I don't upload.
And be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more zombies content to come. Our next podcast will be next Saturday, probably uploaded on Sunday, because we want to do it after the Comic-Con panel, and so we're going to be discussing a lot of that. And be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on that. But thank you very much, guys, for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.